Hey, how's it going, guys? First off, first thing to clear off is that I would like to say that I haven't been on this video or camera session or anything like that. I haven't been actually, feeling it, I guess. I haven't been able to really talk about anything. I don't even know why I have this on right now. I can honestly just talk like this. Um, yeah, I feel like this whole epidemic thing is starting to affect me, like emotionally and mentally, I guess. I mean, it's been, 3 months now. Or has it been 3 months? March, April, May, June, July, 4 months now. 4 months in it through the epidemic, and you start to see how it's affecting everybody, even through businesses, through social interactions. So you don't get as much contact with other people, I guess. But I'm already like I'm a mix between an introvert and extrovert, so I'm like used to it, I guess. But regardless, um, I don't, I'm really kind of clueless on like from here on out what I want these like the videos and the content to be. I mean, I guess like little video journals or like what's been going on in my life right now. Honestly, I just been like I've been reclusive to myself because kind of feel like I need that time to like understand and like be more within myself and to like I don't know. I just feel like in an increasing time where you can disagree with more people, I just feel like it's necessary to really dive in and to put out some time to yourself, study, you know, read more. And I've been reading a lot more. I've been reading a lot of history. I've been watching Hamilton the musical, and kind of like awoke in this want the sense of wanting to learn more about 1776 and like the American Revolution, and it just became this whole um like like rabbit hole of like wanting to know more about the presidents. That's been a side thing that I've been doing. I've been trying to help out my friend with insurance, so I've been studying nonstop for like 3 weeks straight. And like been studying like 3 hours, 4 hours there. It's not that much. I mean, and it's just a lot of law stuff and regulations and policies and definitions and all that fun jargon stuff that um, like people that are emphasizing a specific career are so like I mean, it's just like any other career field. So it's I don't know. I just kind of feel like I have this weird sense of not necessarily knowing what I want now. Like I I don't know. Uh, I'm 24 and I don't know what I want to be, and I think I already covered that in a previous episode. But just being in my zone and being like actually through this epidemic, like on my like just what's the word, confided, or like just being in your own room, you really think about these things of like, oh shit, what do I want in my life, it's not like when you're stuck in a routine. I don't know, like I don't know about you guys, but when I had two jobs and I was at school, it's like it's such a routine, it's such a cycle that you didn't have time to actually have these introspectful thoughts, and you're telling yourself, oh, this is what I want to be, this is who I want to become. And now I'm kind of like, okay, I'm 1/4 done with my life. I'm 24. I'm gonna be 25 this year, and there's no going back. I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 8 years have passed since I left high school. So um, I think I should already have a good definition of where I want to be, but um, I'm as lost as ever. So it's not to sound existential or like dire, but it's I don't know, like just like you're at a slump, and then I'm having these weird sleep patterns, and I'm not sleeping right. So I'm going to like I'm sleeping till like 5, 4, 6, and last night it was funny because I was watching like this last video I was watching before going to sleep, and it was about U.S. presidents. And hold on, they always have like a guy that like tows cars around here. Nah, guy. Anyways, so it was just about like weird facts about presidents, and it was talking about how the first president feared getting buried alive, and I'm like, and I posted out earlier. I was like, yeah, it's like Washington feared of getting buried alive, but if you really think about it, who fucking doesn't? Like it's everyone else would be, like everyone else would be afraid of getting buried alive. Common sense, like no one's gonna be excited about getting buried alive. So, I just thought to myself, like it's like that one music video from what's the one by Mac Miller. There's a specific one. Is it Jet Fuel? No, it's not Jet Fuel. I should die for I don't know. Basically, the whole music video is about him like being buried alive, and he's just chilling, smoking a cigarette. And I would freak the fuck out if I was buried alive. Like it's just like it was at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, I had this existential or like had this dreaded moment. I don't know if everyone else gets this, but I was like legit thinking, oh shit, what happens the period I die? I know it's heavy. It's a heavy topic, and I was like, what happens as soon as because like they were talking about how like 2% of the population prior to those days they were still alive and they would get buried alive, and I was just thinking about death at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't sleep at all, and I was like, and that really got to me. I had this weird moment for like 4 solid seconds of like, oh shit, I'm helpless, and like, it's that alarm in your head where you feel like when you're young you have all this time in the world, but I don't know. I don't feel like I have like so much time in this world. Like, I'm only here for what? Another 50, 40. What could I die of? Like, I don't know, like some illness. I don't know, later we're going to be like in our 4th pandemic. Like, or 6, I don't know. Depending on how, rigorous the human population gets, which I doubt it because we're mating like rabbits. But anyways, I at that moment I was like, I already had a car accident, so I already know how like those like near-death experiences are. They're not fun. I mean, you have that moment where you're like appreciating, like it was fucking weird. Prior to the next day of like me getting in a car crash, I kid you not, I praised everything. I said, praise the sky, praise the sun, like basic everyday shit. You start like appreciating it, and then like after a while, you kind of forget about it, and you go back to this slump of like I take every day for granted, and no, we shouldn't fucking take every fucking day for granted. I mean, like every day you can be doing something, whether like for me, I think all this like preservation of like me writing down all like my thoughts, me doing these video journals, like me being artistic. It's like this meek preservation where I'm like, okay, like I'm trying my best to like cope with what happens in after you kick the bucket, and I'm not like I'm not young. I'm not okay. I'm still young, but I'm not like ignorant 18-year-old me. I'm 24-year-old me. Big difference. Like you don't. I just feel like I don't want to appreciate what I have until it's gone. You get me? Family, health, things that we take for granted. That's how I feel like. Like especially right now, where although things feel like they're mundane, we have to also take in account that fucking days is like it's a gift, and we don't think about that as often because the fear of death is like taboo. You don't think about it, but I think it's just a friendly reminder that all of us, everybody born from the 1990s, 95s, we're moving, we're pushing through, time is moving forward. I think I saw like a bunch of like 17-year-olds and they were driving cars, and I'm like, fuck, all right. I'm not saying I'm old, but like, it's just funny like seeing, like these kids with the minimum wage jobs, and they're all like, high school kids, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I was there. I remember that. Like, you know, it was 6. How old was I when I was 17? Shit. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, like 8 years ago. So, you know, it's kind of crazy, like, you know. But all due aside, you know, personally, me, I think I'm gonna continue to do things that I like because at the end of the day, that's how really I'm taking. I'm not even taking from this world, but I think I would appreciate more, you know, if we can acknowledge that we have finite time here. I think we would view the world differently. And yeah, um, I look kind of tired, but I'm not really tired. I'm just like, you know, I've been having a very terrible circadian rhythm movement with me. So um, I've been writing a lot more too. So like, you know, I think Jordan Peterson once said something about art sometimes doesn't necessarily have a direction. And when, like, you know, I'm writing this new, like, you know, I'm like this book, but not really a book. It's more like a, like, I'm trying to like, yes, it's just like daily opinions on what, like, it's almost like a vlog, right? But like, you know, I'm trying to make it as witty as I can. And I'm just like talking about my daily days and things like that. I don't even know if people read it. I don't know if people actually see these videos. I don't know if no one listens to my podcast. But it's just in the sense of like, I'm not, in some sense, like, you know, I had a discussion with my sister and she's all like, you should do things because you like them. And like, you know, and I'm like, it's pointless. It's pointless for me to be voicing my opinion. It's pointless for me to be doing these podcasts. It's pointless for me to doing my writings because at the end of the day, no one's really acknowledging it. Like, you know, it's like, what's the fucking point of doing it? And I'm like, and she's all like, do it because you want to, and doesn't care what people say. And it's true. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's true. So, um, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it on this video. And yeah, thank you for watching.